Well, hello. Welcome to another watch along. American scouts are over here watching the preseason game and the crack of dawn, 5:30 over here in the morning. Bit more reasonable time. Your time over there, Bickler. What's happening?
Yeah, that hour makes a big difference at this time of day.
Well, yeah, it
yeah,
yeah, this time of day it feels like 3 hours. Obviously the lineups are out. I started from like the goalkeeper, obviously, like Ali had gone home and everything like that. But I was like, oh, okay, this might be the starting lineup of the first week. The biggest thing is we were talking Monday night about maybe we'll see him like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Ikitika is starting.
yeah.
What do you make
Seems
of
wild.
that?
I don't know what I make of that. I make of that potentially Darwin is out of here. It'd be the thing that I think I would probably take out of that. If anything, I think we've had a strong inclination that Chiesa is out, and we know Diaz is out. So I think you're just seeing the sort of fruition of the predicted clear out of the front six we were talking about. But yeah, kind of wild to see him already.
It is. I mean, I just felt like maybe it's one of those things like, Slot basically saying you should really go. Like you're not going to be playing or something like that
Yeah.
to Nunez. But
Hey, we bought a new player. Hey, we started a new player. Hey.
yeah, that's crazy. I did
Yeah.
not expect him to start at all. So that should definitely make things interesting. And how reactionary everybody is. By halftime, we'll know if we got to go get Isak or we're already fine. We don't need Isak. So it'll take 45 minutes to probably judge that. Another thing I'm shocked to see, by the way, is the fact that we did not go all corny and start Endo. I really thought he would start. I know why.
You were breaking up there. Say that the last part again. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was kind of shocked that Endo did not start. Like I know it would be corny and everything, but I really thought he'd be out there starting, or
Yeah.
like the captain or something, double corny, if you will, be the captain and stuff.
I haven't even seen these kits yet. These numbers are wild. Like the samurai paintbrush numbers on the back.
Oh
Kind of
wait, I
cool
didn't see
actually.
those. Oh yes, that looks cool
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, those do look cool. It's a very almost
I
like
don't know,
anime. It's very
Wirtz
cool.
W looked like it was like, deleted or something, like got washed too many times. The tops of the W wore off.
Right, right. And interestingly enough, the the team we're playing actually just has normal numbers. Like, um, yeah, I with the endo thing, I don't know. Like, I think if you're looking at this lineup, like you said, I think this is almost like the starting 11 lineup. So, like, are you going to plug endo into there? Right? Like, if you really want
Yeah.
this, if this is going to be close to your starting lineup, do you want them all playing together? Right? Like, I think that's probably the idea there.
And we're on the way. Yeah, I mean, fair or not, all eyes are gonna be on Nikitike, right? Because we kind of know
Yeah, for sure.
what we're getting with everybody else for the most part. So stadium looked cool as hell. It was like interesting the way they had to come out and stuff like that. By the way, I caught like the first couple of minutes of it, but well, let me pull up some stats
Yeah, this will
over
be
here.
interesting. I think strikers kind of I feel like strikers kind of live for this kind of moment sometimes though. They kind of tend to like when they have these big moments. We'll see what happens here.
And he's in
Oh,
the
first
box. Oh, that was a great control, by the way.
under a minute, we kind of
But
got a
then
through ball.
he wasn't strong enough to keep off the guy, so there was going to be a backlash on that. Can't win. But the way he brought that in was pretty sweet. I'll give him that.
Hmm. They kept showing that training goal. He scored a goal, like back-footed one in from like the 18.
I know if you saw, did you see like McAllister's eye? It looked like he was in a bar fight with him as opposed to just getting in the way of one of his shots, according to him. But
Oh wow, I had
I
not
thought
seen
that was
that.
a clear foul on Kirkez. But here
Soboslai,
comes Wirtz.
yeah,
Oh, that was a bad pass.
yeah.
Where's Trent? There's Bradley. Right. Oh, that
Not
was a
great.
bit too easy for that cross to come in. Beards raises his hand, apologizes,
Yeah,
as he kind of should.
not great from Brad.
Yeah, this is interesting with Mamardashvili in goal as well. That is a big, big man.
Yeah, I would love it if he did do that thing where he just waited to the last possible moment to slide it to the side. Makes me extremely nervous.
By the way, are you pleasantly surprised with how he's been with his feet so far? Because, that was like the biggest thing we were worried about. Like coming in, we were like, he's not
Yeah,
that
for
great with
sure.
his foot because he was not in the Euros. Wirtz wins the ball
Oh,
up top. That should be a foul or some sort. Mo, I can already tell there's going to be some serious overpassing between Wirtz and Mo that we're going to be like, someone take a shot. Watch.
yeah. They'll get it sorted, I'm sure.
Tony says, I got no visual on my end, can't get it. So your commentary will have to do. Yeah, I'll try to do commentary as much as possible. I normally get caught and it's more reactions than commentary, but even though my brother and I grew up just doing nonstop commentary on anything that we freaking played, whether it be on like little like things you do with your hand and play on the carpet and shits, whether it's on the computer, you would think, oh, that was a nice touch. Is that Kirkez? Yes. Another shady pass by Wirtz, by the way. Tony says no pressure. I'll let you know if there's anything interesting going on, Tony. We're moving the ball around very easily right now, looks like. Jinx that.
Yeah. It's interesting to see Mo.
On the right, and yeah, I think this is pretty much your starting 11, except Gravenberg probably is going to be replaced by Mecca, I would hope, by the first weekend. Because of the suspension only, but
Think so?
you think it's going to be Jones
yeah.
or somebody?
Yeah. No, I think it would be McAllister. I just totally spaced on the suspension.
It could be because it's Crackodon.
It's interesting at times.
Oh, that dude is fast.
I feel like Mo is deeper than I'm typically used to seeing him. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was like a ridiculous counter they got going off of the corner. Bradley, I have to say, not that, Trent was like very fast or anything like that, but excuse me, you do like last match, there were a couple of moments too where it looked like he was slow. Ooh, brutal tackle by Gravenberg in the midfield. That could be a yellow in week 1. Well, it won't be because he won't be playing, but
Yeah.
is that kind of a concern? I mean, that's the weird thing, by the way, when you are competing with another dude for playing right back and his specialty is being ridiculously fast. That's kind of an odd situation to be in by Bradley.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't seen enough of Frank Prong to really understand. Like, I think that probably is your answer. Like, if he's because Bradley's pretty good, like
Yeah.
individually in terms of like defensively, he's pretty good. He doesn't have that top end pace. You kind of almost want to just glue them together.
Take the best parts of it, put a right back together with lesser parts of other like
That's right.
set piece.
It's like what me and my ex did with our kids, but like, our kids have our worst like parts. it's, it's like, man, you have your mother's obstinance, but my temper. Fascinating.
Yeah, how does that happen, by the way?
Plays out.
How was that a thing? And I always get a special sarcastic thank you for like the bad traits that I passed on to him. Like you're like, yeah, thanks, Dad, and stuff like that. But then you don't get a lot of thanks for the good traits you passed on. Not that there's a lot, but still, you got
Yeah,
to get
that's how that,
appreciated for them.
yeah, that's how that works.
Set piece defending was kind of horrific last game against AC Milan. So let's see how this goes. They're
Yeah,
crossing in from the left. Yes, it's still horrific because they got
yeah,
the ball again, cross it back in, but it's
yeah.
okay.
That's gonna be a serious thing this year, man. Like I think it's a little bit worrying for sure, especially because this team just is fairly short outside of Verge and Kanate in
Yeah,
there.
that is. I mean, when we were playing the AC Milan game, I was like, yeah, this is not good because
Yeah.
you're gonna give up some like easy foul. You got people like Bradley and Konate who do give away like fairly easy set pieces. Nice touch over there by Wirtz. Here comes Bradley, nice and slow. And
It
oh,
dribbles right into the defender.
the ball slide. Oh, a nice ball
Uh,
to Gakpo. Shots. Oh, post.
he's
Wirtz. Nope, that wasn't Wirtz. That was Wirtz.
heavy touch by Gakpo.
And corner kick.
Should
What
be.
did that come? Yeah, corner kick.
Yeah, man, that's Gakpo's shot right there.
Yeah.
Step into the right, bend it around. He loves that little dink.
Ooh.
That's
Menya is joining from Uganda. Good morning. I'm assuming hopefully it's a more decent time over there than us over here. But
we get our one of our first Virts corners. Let's see what this looks like, huh?
yeah, right.
Pretty
Ooh, looks
tasty.
good.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, like you can see right there, they were trying to counter, and Bradley's defense kind of forces them back. So
Yeah.
nicely done.
Yeah, he's a good. I think he's a much better 1v1 defender than Trent was, obviously. I mean, low bar, but
It is a low bar,
uh,
yeah. One thing we're constantly seeing, by the way, over and over again. I know he had a couple of misplaced passes, but Wirtz winning the ball up top.
I still feel like, let's see, Mo's crossing it in from the right here. Doesn't get through. I still feel like it looks like a group of guys still trying to figure out where they're all supposed to be. And I think a lot of that's because Virts is so like everywhere. So it just feels like he sometimes occupying somebody else's space a lot.
Yes, yes. And it's probably going to be like that for a while. I mean, because
Yeah.
his almost thing is filling in like pockets and creating space and stuff like that. Sometimes he creates his space in somebody else's space, kind of like a
Right.
deal going on. Oh, Kevin is with us. Good morning. What time is it over there, dude? Are you having this like an evening game over there? Kids say to the fact that I poisoned them against manure, but now they're starting to understand why. Yes, my dad didn't do that, so we have my brother running around. But what are you gonna do? Which we're hoping to record it. I mean, with the season, we're definitely gonna be recording it as the rival bros for some Premier League content because he can oddly be objective at times. So I do trust him in being able to be objective at certain things. Like he admits manure sucks right now. So, but he's under the illusion that they'll be back. There's that 11:40 a.m. Okay.
I'll never forget just the power move you pulled on him when he visited the United States, where you're like, "Hey, come meet me at a bar in Chicago and meet all my friends and watch us beat your team together in person."
Dude, he was gonna be intolerable if that game didn't go well. By the way, I mean, that's what I was afraid of. I'm like, I don't think I can control him, and then I don't know if I can control some of us. It could have been ugly. Yeah, to be fair to him, he did watch that game with what, like 10 Liverpool fans. Turquez loses the ball. Here they come from the right hand side. Horrible cross. Van Dijk ends it.
That's a bad
Because has not
giveaway
had the
from
best game
Kirkins.
so far.
No. Yeah, it's a bad one.
No, wait, 11:40 at Tony. Yeah, no, I can do that math, Tony. Come on, it's not that early. I can add 6. I don't know how much we got with Kevin and New Zealand. Lowest corner kicks of all time, by the way. I was gonna throw up some stats, but most sites clearly don't care. But in terms of like stats, at least. That gonna be a corner. Turquez throw-in. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird game so far. It's hard to tell what's what.
Yeah, a little disjointed. Getting going here. That is a large stadium they're in.
Yeah. And have not really seen. I mean, I know it's only 13 minutes. The camera has shown more of Endo so far than we've seen of Ikitike, and Endo's on the bench, so that's not a good sign.
Yeah, he was involved in like the first minute, and he's been relatively quiet since.
Costas is over there. So, do you find this thing weird and the possibility some people are saying of having 3 left backs going into the season? I still can't see it. I've been saying it over and over again, especially left backs who only play left back. Here comes Ikitike,
Yeah.
runs into the guy.
I mean,
Ikitike
you
wins
would-
the ball to Wirtz. Mo. And Bradley. And we kind of shop
just gonna
here now.
recycle it around here.
Yep. That needs a touch. That was nicer than in midfield. A couple of quick passes. We're back out to Mo. Gravenberg.
Yep.
Wirtz.
I'm gonna switch it all the way over to the left. Maybe no.
Wirtz gets the touch. Yeah, it looked like it was gonna come one more to Gakpo, right? And I think Gakpo.
Yeah, I don't
has
think
that look.
Gakpo's. Yeah, Gakpo's looked like he missed the bus there. He's not super happy.
Yeah, Gakpo was like, I thought it was gonna keep coming to me too.
I'll tell you, I know it seems like he is going to be the default option here. I think this is like a super important year for Gakpo, and I am not 100% convinced he works in what Arne Slot wants to do. Maybe that's just me being used to seeing so much pace up top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think to me he's almost like a throwback hold up attacking mid, and I don't know that the system really uses that from a front 3 position. So I'll be curious to see. I also thought he just wasn't super consistent and great last year, and I turned around and he was like second on the team in goals and every attacking metric possible. So I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna be weird when we need someone. I mean, is that where Wirtz, by the way, takes the corner into the box? That's another good one. One-time shot, Bradley goes all the way back out to Gravenberg. And we're bringing it back in. Oh, that's a good ball.
Yeah. He can, I mean, yeah, his delivery is so good.
My thing is, like, do you think that that's somebody's injured for them right now? Better them than us. But there were games, and I keep going back to this in terms of like we kind of got the ball to Diaz, and we're like, yeah, make something happen. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that as much with Gakpo because of speed. Because Mo is not that player anymore, in
Right.
terms of taking somebody on like we're going to isolate him and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see what Gakpo is going to do. Or is it because we will hopefully have a center back who can do that a bit more now, whereas we kind of relied on either, like a Bobby Jota like center back who is more about bringing other people in by dropping back. Or let's face it, Nunez more about like running behind. You didn't isolate Nunez much either.
Yeah, I mean, all those things are possible. I think one of the things that we just have to wrap our heads around as supporters is that like the previous system was predicated on pace and power, and the attacking came from the wide positions. And in this system, it comes through the middle. So
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need the flat out pace on either side. And it's not it's not this pedal to the metal heavy football, which is why it's more sustainable, throughout the course of a season, it seems like. So I think we're used to seeing like a fast, powerful, sexy, like muscle car that we're driving, like so to speak. And I think this one's just a little bit more practical and like it's still nice.
Gets you
It's
to work.
obviously top of the line, right? No, I mean I think it's like a luxury car, right? It doesn't like fly out of the gates like we're used to seeing.
Is that better or worse, you think, against
I
a
don't know
team
that
who's
it's
sitting back and like clogging up the middle,
I think it's
forcing the
better.
wide?
Yeah, I
You
think
think
it's
it's better?
better. Yeah, I think it's better because I mean, I think anytime you're playing from the middle, you have 3 times as many options if you're isolate, right? Because you can only play like you can't play the touchline, right? So you
Yeah.
attack centrally, you open up more, for sure. And it really sort of eliminates that thing where people can just sit back and clear your crosses, right? Like you can just stack a low block of 2 4s in the box and
Yeah.
just clear it. Um,
I did not think that was a foul on Kirkez, but that's yet another time before he did this that I did not think it was a foul, that he got kind of like, which is really odd, like physically bullied out of the ball, because that's not a concern I have with him overall in terms of physicality. Another set piece from kind of like middle of our pitch over here.
Man, the new boy's tall.
Yeah, he is. Oh man, I was hoping he was gonna just release that to Mo and let him already get going. Yeah, that I don't know, looked like it could have been a lot faster than it ended up being. And we're recycling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Switch the
great
Gakpo over the
ball.
top.
Ah
He can't get
man.
there.
That was vintage. Vintage Van Dyke towards the left. Oh, I thought he was holding his hammy for a second there when he got up there, Gakpo, but no.
Yeah.
Hey, how does that guy have the Adidas kit, damn it?
Right.
Or was that an old one, or was that the new one? He was already wearing it. Living in the future.
I couldn't
Talking about
couldn't
living in the
yeah, I
future.
know. I was
Man, Kirkus is not dealing well with the Japanese local time or something. And yeah, Kevin says it's 10:42
yeah,
p.m.
he
Wednesday over there. I'm glad you said Wednesday actually, because I would have been asked that. Oh, I can't believe we keep going on that. Okay. Oh, that is a
where's Kevin?
great ball,
That's a
dude.
great ball.
Kevin is in New England. I took Gakpo in the box and nothing. What is up with
That
all these
was an
pitches?
unbelievable touch he had there.
Bunch of people on the ground waiting for
This is the
fouls.
3rd time this guy has sat down.
I know, right? He's just like,
Yeah.
I thought that
Jean,
was gonna be. He gets all the
yeah,
calls in
Jean for
J.League.
yeah, he's got a yeah, is he the J.League Neymar? Like what are we doing?
Yeah,
This
Fightful, I
touch
get the
right
call.
here from Gakpo is so good.
And he was able to get past the first
This
guy.
one right here. Two touches. Yeah, that's a great touch.
Is that a penalty?
I think he just got the ball too far under his feet. You know, where like you can't. There's no penalties in preseason apparently, because we saw like I don't know 3 of them in the first.
Yeah,
one.
true. It just like
didn't
it
get
felt
called.
like because the dude does not get the ball at all, but he is coming in after the shot is gone. Which I'm not a huge fan of that when people cross it in and then like they come in sliding at the very end, and somehow it ends up being a penalty. But Konate throwing Kirkes under the bus,
Oh,
but he got fouled.
that was a
Okay.
brutal ball from Konate to
Yeah.
Kirkes.
Like
Yeah.
here's a nice bouncing ball for you to deal with by yourself. Kevin says, did anyone tell Yokohama that they sound like a radio
In the
station?
corner with the guy right down your neck.
Yeah, I found out yesterday what the FM was for. And I was like, yeah, you guys are going to have to push that around. Oh, what was it? MS Marinos. Forgot what the F was for. Like football or something. I can't remember that. Man, that's a great touch again for Mo. Another great ball. Saboslai. Oh my god.
Good ball over to Soboslai. Oh, Soboslai.
He's gonna bring that down, man. He did bring it down actually, but then kind of like lost the control.
Yeah, well, he did. He just he did. He just forgot the ball. Yeah.
Some great balls behind, by the way, by Mo so far.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, that control is
It
way too
seems like
smooth.
Mo is facilitating a lot of those too.
Man, the touch he has on some of those is just freaking unreal. It makes it look so damn easy, but
Yeah,
I remember like
we're
growing
used to
up.
It's interesting because we're used to seeing Mo being the runner, and he's been the one actually providing a lot of these over the top and through balls, which is interesting.
That is what he must have told Slot that he wants to do this year.
It's a great recovery from Verts. Or is it Bradley? Bradley.
That's Bradley. I keep mixing them up too. Somebody needs a different haircut or something. There's Bradley. Mo again. Oh, great ball, man. Mo's. Oh, back heel.
Oh, nice back heel.
Ikitike. Rocking the 84.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's 84 or 64? 84, right?
I'll tell you what, this kid is going to score some incredible goals this year. You can just see it.
It's a 64, I think. It's brushed on. It's hard to tell if it's the rest of the 8 wore off or if it's 6.
I think Bradley's 84, right? So
yeah, that's right. And a great ball. Can't get it. Van Dyke. Time to recycle, kids. Go all the way back to Mamardashvili.
Oh,
waited a little too long. And he was offside anyway. That's more on Mo than Mamard. Oh, that's Saboslai. That's more on him than Mamardashvili. And he wins the ball again. Saboslai.
Yeah, Damon's been doing a lot of he's been doing some hard work in the mids.
Here we come. Oh,
that's a great ball.
Wow. That was there's gonna be some ridiculous, like they used to do with Bobby sometimes, like reading each other's minds kind of a stuff, but that is a great ball by Pierce back to Mo.
Right. I think when you watch Veers, what I like about him is he's not playing it to a person, he's playing it to space. Right. Yeah. So like once they play together and really start to understand where they're supposed to be, he's going to be passed all in the spaces where people are going to be pretty incredible to watch.
What I like so far is he's not forcing anything. And that's, I think, key. Sometimes when you have this guy and then you're like, you're going to be the creative mind. And then they just do like over try, if you will, and he hasn't done that. There's a lot of Yokohama fans in the background as well, or they're Everton fans, one or the other. It's been a rough training camp. There's a lot of like black eyes on us. The boss lie.
Oh,
Oh,
God, that guy who
that's a
just
foul.
won my ball from Yokohama has got to be like 5'4". He's tiny.
Is that the guy that was on the ground 24/7? Yeah, Kenny says it looks like they're struggling with the pitch. Grass seems sticky. I don't understand. You would think, especially like a ridiculously nice stadium like this, would have a better pitch. Going out wide. Comes
Yeah,
Kirkus
it
to
does.
defense. And defend he does. Backball gets the foul in the box. I think, right? Yeah.
Does look like a slow pitch in general.
Yeah. Even the way he got to this like long ball there, number 11 over there, looked like he was fighting the pitch at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that would be one of the things, though. There's a lot of money being paid, like coming over here and stuff like
There we
that. You
go.
would think one of our things would be the pitch. Like, hey, we want this, like very specific things. Kirkez, I don't like his delivery too. Not always on target, but I like where the ball, like the way the ball goes. As a defender, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a bitch to defend.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
a nice little
you can take it. This is what I mean, dude. There's gonna be way too many passes from Mo. There's like short passes that they over try. Gravenberg, Mo. Oh,
where's the overlap? Where is the overlap? Where's Bradley?
it's gonna be the opposite now. We're gonna ask where Bradley is when we're attacking. Trent would have already been there because you would have
Right.
never gone back.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Where's Trent? Just shredding his obligation to defensive duty when you need him to do that.
Is it real turf, says Tony? It does not look like it. Or it's like I don't know what it is, but like the way it's coming off.
It does look like almost that, like, was it do that like recycled tire stuff, you know? Like,
You think that's what it is? Because it's like you
I
can
don't.
see chunks coming out.
I mean, is that part of the Yokohama thing? I don't know. Like, is that a tire brand? I don't know I don't know what we're dealing with here. Ah, yes, it's all starting to come together now.
Brought to you by. They send all the old tires to the stadium.
Harvey Elliott kid. Look at that.
Dude, that was the same. I was like, young lady holding a Harvey Elliott kid. Maybe she's trying to sell it before Elliott gets sold.
It's just a wild choice out of it. Like, if you're in that part of the world following this club, it's
Yeah,
interesting
right.
decision.
That kid on the bench. I'm assuming she has the hots for Harvey's man bun.
It's gotta be the hair. Yeah.
She probably cried for
Yeah,
days when he cut it.
see, Harvey doing a little. I could see Harvey doing a little J-pop action, get him some of those little dangly earrings. Like, yeah, he would definitely like.
Wait, how
See
many
him being a hit
players do
over
they
there.
have? Because they're subbing 3 players on the 31st minute. Number 7 looks almost happy to be leaving. He's like, good, because this pitch sucks.
Hey, listen, they got to test their depth out. How is he
Yeah, that's
sweating
kinda
like
odd.
that already? 30 minutes in.
I would be
What's the
sweating
game
like
time
that 3
temp over
minutes
there?
in, but dude, it's been so brutal. Like, we've been doing these walks, trying to get back in shape and everything like that. I mean, just like closing the door, locking it, walking out to the driveway is enough to be like sweating a storm. You're like, what the hell is going on? It feels like a jungle every time I open the door outside.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. It was like some ungodly hour. I went to take the trash out last night, and I was like, why? And I looked at the temperature thing, and it was 92 degrees in the dead of night. I was like, this is stupid, dude.
Yeah, we were
Bugs
walking.
this.
I think it was like 9, and it said 84 feels like 94. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
It feels like 104, but sure. Another
Yeah, it
corner.
really
kick
does
coming our way.
feel like a different climate. It's just I think jungle's right. Like, I mean, especially down here, there's like bugs the size of your hand flying by.
Yeah, bugs were rough
What is
yesterday because we
this?
did get some rain too. Yeah,
Feels
it's
like it
just
feels like this is the heart of dark.
but we're getting a cold.
Yeah, I feel like
Actually,
we just
we're
woke
going
up in a
downtown
Joseph
today
Conrad
for
novel in the heart of darkness.
Angie's birthday celebration. So we're going downtown to meet the girls downtown. And it's supposed to be decent, like 82 or something like that. So we'll find out. That is a horrible corner kick by Wirtz. Who signed this guy?
He gets one bad one after 4 good ones.
Gray and windy in Liverpool, says Tony. That's not really an update. You like I can. That doesn't even make me believe you are there because I could have just said that from here, being there, not being there. Let me guess. In the UK, is gray and windy.
Yeah. You mean deep? You mean the deep weather? Yeah.
Kevin says, not sure about the new kit. I like full crest rather than just a yellow bird. I didn't even see the. Now I have to think about it. Now I have to visualize it. Somebody close up. Gakpo. Oh, that's dude. That's
In the
bad.
parking lot. Yep. Good idea.
That was in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, good ball. All over the top of Kanate.
There we go. For a second, I screwed up our transmission. Tsunamis and thunder down here. There was a tsunami warning for Japan. I saw it in the news because I guess there was like an earthquake, like 8.8 or something crazy, out by Russia in the ocean. So some people were saying like, are they going to play the game? Because I don't think anybody knew what part of Japan or which part of Japan or anything like that. But because I know there's a warning for Hawaii and stuff too. This has been, very odd game, and I know it's preseason, but definitely not a game that. When do you think? I mean, is it? I know we're gonna say the same thing probably when it's the Community Shield. Like, what game are you gonna be like? This is how the season is gonna go, or is that gonna be the Bournemouth game?
I don't know, man. I feel like the football is always different. I feel like it's really quick. I feel like preseason always looks like this, and then the first game of the season, you're like, all right, we're playing real football again, right? And I
Yeah.
don't know what it makes you wonder because like right now you're getting essentially a starting 11, right? So like, is it really the amount of time these guys get together? Or is it just like a level of competition thing? Like, are you?
Oh,
Oh,
that
bad
was
mix up. We
Konate
got a
screwing it up.
1v1. Some guy who's 5'6" versus Van Dyke.
Yeah, Van Dijk literally just put him in his pockets.
Yep.
And Bradley's
Yep.
back there to help, and a horrible dive by Bradley, and he doesn't get it. That was bad.
Yeah, he had essentially lost the ball, so I think he just kind of.
Yeah. I consider that my specialty, like almost faking a push from the back and diving. I made a career out of it to win those balls because otherwise I was not going to be able to turn around. Didn't have the foot skills to be able to get past people that well. So that was horrible. That was horrible, dude. He literally just like tried to hip check the guy and just fell down and didn't get the call. That's not how you get the calls. Oh, here we go on the counter. Oh. Okay, let me ask you this. In the past, I mean, we even said it's like maybe Slot is not as big on like Trent taking these chance passes and stuff like that, as opposed to like valuing possession and all that. Looks like Veers is replacing that, right? He's the one who's gonna take the risky passes or the what if it works chances. It feels like so far. I mean, and they have not mostly paid off.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think that like Wirtz is gonna have to adjust a little bit. Like, so I think everybody, obviously with good reason, is excited about the talent there, and obviously he's one of the top talents under 25 in the world, and he's a legitimate powerhouse. But I still think with any player, you have an adjustment coming in to the Premier League. So I mean, obviously we're seeing it against a really low level of quality competition right now. There is going to be an adjustment in the Premier League for him. It just is. It's just more physical. It's faster. The Bundesliga is probably the closest comp from a league standpoint, so maybe not as big of an adjustment. There's still going to be an adjustment that he has to make.
I mean, Kevin has a good point. I mean, preseason is most teams. Yeah, I mean, this is probably a huge game for them, and it's kind of like a preseason for these guys. But I kind of expect, when something like that happens, like somewhere in the game, within 20, 25 minutes, either you get pissed at something or something happens where you kind of like kick into the mode. And it has not really. It just feels like it's a mindset thing. I think we kind of like undermine the amount of focus on mindsets it takes to play in the top level in the Premier League and stuff like that. It's just not there right now because they know.
This is much better from Liverpool, though, in terms of a spacing standpoint. Like, if you look at what they are, and like they're not. This is much better. They're cleanly moving the ball around. They have some really good little combinations here going on. If they cannot cough it up,
That is like the third or
countered.
fourth time Gravenberg has had like a really
that is a good ball.
touch. That is a nice ball, actually. They're coming back. Van Dijk, just let him.
Wow.
Van Dijk just looked at him and let him, for example. Like, I don't know if that's just Van Dijk being like, it's preseason, let him have a shot or what.
I think he just lost him. If you watch Van Dijk's head here, he's watching the ball, and I don't. Oh, he's pointing.
He looks at him like
No,
he knew he was making the run there. Oh, I don't think. Yeah, at the end, he didn't know where that run was going.
No, he wanted the midfielder to come back with him, and then the midfielder didn't, and so it just left him kind of on an island.
Nice save though.
Because Van Dijk's pointing. He's pointing to the run, expecting the midfielder to come back. I don't know who he's talking to, but
going back to Kevin though, like Yokohama fans are like in disbelief that they had a shot on goal. That's so the save. She's like, did you see that? Like,
I'm wondering if that was Kirkez,
who was supposed to track back.
Yeah. Oh, Akiteke, you big bastard. He's tall.
He's a big boy.
I'm gonna need that for set pieces. That's I know the one knock on him is he doesn't win enough in the air for his size. It
goes back to like what we talk about, like with Isak and stuff like that. Like I said, when we saw him in that, so we determined it was the Euro at the end, right? And it did not. That was like one thing I was like, man, he's so good. But there's Gakpo was putting some Brazilian moves over there, but then he lost the ball at the end. I was hoping I'm hoping like Ekitike eventually grows into more of a physical specimen as well. So Jared is in the house. What's going on, man? And yes, preach, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'll share some of the links, by the way, too, because there's a way to contribute to our podathon and the fundraiser and stuff like that from that side of the pond. So in the second half, I try to share some of those links over here because they're finally ready to roll. So 40 minutes. Okay, let me ask you this. Second half, is it going to be wholesale changes, Endo and the gang kind of a thing? Or is it going to be like 4 or 5? And then some of these guys are going to put in the full 90.
I mean, I think at this juncture, I would do a full swap. That's me.
Really?
That's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would almost like a hockey line shift where like, everyone just swaps out. But also, I mean, this has to do a lot, I think, with how you train, right? Because I think like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of teams basically group group players together to the point of like, hey, like if we were gonna make changes in games, these players would most often move together, right?
Yeah.
Um,
They came out of that pretty darn easily, I have to say. That was a very tired looking press by us. Which probably answers that question, and there will be wholesale changes because
yeah.
42 minutes in, yeah. Tony in the studio says Endo comes in and scores a hat trick. I'm more afraid that the hat trick is going to come from Nunez.
All right.
Vintage Veert's happening over there. Jared says, yeah, preach, man. I swear, when the alarm went off, I was like, are we really doing this? And then when you weren't online, I'm like, I swear, if this guy doesn't get up after I got up.
Nah, man, I had an alarm and then I had to drive driving from my lady's house. So it's just early alarm, get the bags packed, get in here,
Oh,
get
after
everything
a
set up.
long night, you're joining us as well, sounds like.
It wasn't a long night, man. It was actually an early night because I'm old as fuck and I go to bed early. But no, I did make it way 2/3 of the way through the new Happy Gilmore movie, which by the way was unbelievably good.
Really? I'm not like an original what the hell? That was a wrestling move. Keep going, Virts on the ball. I'm not a big like original like I've seen it probably,
Yeah.
but I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen it, but I'll definitely take a look at it either way.
Listen, like
Uh
I think the thing that I loved about it is that like first of all, everybody in the world is in that movie. It has every celebrity. He got like Adam Sandler clearly has pull in Hollywood. Like there was so many people in that movie. Had all how like his thing was he always had the same cast in all of his movies.
mhm.
He would just bring all of his friends in, and all those people are in it. And then the whole movie is just flashing back to the original too. So like as they're introducing characters where they are essentially 30 years later in their life, they're throwing back to like the
So
kitty.
it's almost like you gotta watch for somebody like me who has not watched because a lot of people like they watch the first one so many times.
Yeah.
So I gotta go back and watch the first one before I watch the second one.
Well, they do a good job of flashing back to the first one and,
Okay.
and like refreshing your memory of who that
Okay.
player was, right? Like you see this little blonde dude and he's like, oh hey, and like you're like, who is that? And then he flashes back to him strangling his caddy on the green, and you're like, oh holy shit, that's his caddy. Like, so they do a good job. They do a good job of like kicking back, but they just don't make movies like that in Hollywood anymore. I don't feel like. So like it was just it's such a Sandler movie. Like like he has a very distinct style in terms of his stories and the way that he writes.
Yeah.
And it was, I think the part of it, I think it was really well done, but I also think it was a bit of nostalgia, like the feel to it, which probably is why like, it hits differently.
Yeah, it does. Like I guarantee you, like some young dudes watch that and say, like, what is
Feel like,
this?
yeah,
That's probably
yeah,
what
exactly. Yeah.
No, that I was. It's trickier for me in some ways because I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. Because normally I don't sleep till like 1, 2 in the morning. Because I'm wild like that. I'd be playing like PlayStation or whatever, or like on the PC or whatever. But I do those things that I do at night that I shall not share. But because last night I was like, man, I gotta get up at 5, so I can't be doing that shit. But then when you tell the body it has to sleep, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it was odd. Good ball.
This is a great transition. Heavy touch by Veers. That was a good transition out.
Yeah, we've been seeing some like weird bad touch. And I don't know. I wonder if that does go to the pitch, by the way, but
Yeah, pitch, time zone. I don't know how long they've been over there now. So I don't know how much of this is like,
that
when you
was
cross the
interesting.
international
Gakpo
date
does
line.
not like Veert, my guess. Because once again, he could have gone to and it's halftime.
Yeah, they don't seem to. We've got to figure that out.
Okay, Van Dijk is chewing out Kirkes. Did you see that? He was like, "Hey, can't be playing like
I'm telling you, dude. It was on that
yeah
that counterattack. He's pointing that run and telling Kirkez it's his run to get back and handle. And I think he's telling him like, hey, when I point somewhere, I'm old enough that you have to do what I tell you to do.
Yeah, just
I didn't
follow
spend
directions.
I didn't spend 3/4 of my career yelling at Trent to do this to get you in to replace one of our fullbacks and you not do it.
Tony says, yeah, I'm actually semi looking forward to that. I don't know if it's like a movie theater movie, to be honest with you. Wait till it shows up on Peacock or something. But
it's already on Netflix, by the way.
Oh, it is? Naked Gun is?
No, not Naked Gun, Happy Gilmore 2. I'm sorry.
No. He was talking about Naked Gun getting some great reviews.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
another like a nostalgia kind of movie where you're like, that guy and stuff.
Listen, Papa Tim said I can't read the comments, so I'm behind. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I didn't put it. Good job. You probably read it, but well acted. Well done. The game is the game is not sweet at all, says Saidu. I do agree. It does feel like maybe we're just giving them and provide them excuses, but it does feel like a lot of it is on the pitch than anything else. And when I see chunks of the pitch laying around, you can kind of like see that. Well, let me do some link sharing over here.
And I feel like if you're the manager, like that's the last thing you can talk about, like when you're traveling and doing it basically, because like I feel like 3/4 of the preseason is marketing. Like like you're just, especially like when you're a club at Liverpool stature, you're going over and giving these fans an experience, right?
Yes. You'd be you're almost like a ride at Disney, like
yeah. And I got to go over there and say, hey, your pitch sucks, like.
But don't you think when they arrange these things, or does that, should that not come in mind? I know it's all about the money, but at the same time, you're like, by the way, though, we need this to practice with. We need this to play on.
Yeah, but I think like the thing about it is it's probably down to like infrastructure and stuff. Like maybe these guys think this is the best this pitch has ever looked or been. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Like, what's wrong with this?
Like, and I don't mean that like in a derogatory way towards the way that they do stuff over there. I'm sure. Like, I don't know.
And I don't know. It could be like we're really like speculating now, but it could be the climate, the type of grass, whatever it is. What I mean? It could be things like that. I just feel like even where they were practicing, when you watch that footage again, there's like chunks of stuff laying around, and I'm like, they're doing camp there. You would think Slot would be like, where the hell is the proper grass for us to practice on and all that? But I guess after this they're going back and they're gonna have another week?
A weird halftime montage we're seeing. We got Veerts and Frimpong talking. Now we're switching to Origi.
We went back to the title celebration. Speaking of Divock, by the way, one of the items on the silent auction is, hold on, I'll throw the link to that one. But actually, you know what? I was literally looking at it yesterday, so I'll put in the link so everybody can see it. And honestly, go start bidding on stuff because it is live. Is a jersey, a title-winning jersey from 1920, signed by Trent, Milner, and Divock.
From 1920?
Like 2019, 2020.
Got it.
From 1920 would be really freaking impressive. That would be a collectible item.
I just picture him signing it in black and white. I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
We have a lot of Milner stuff, actually. There's a Milner jersey. The one that I really like and would be all over, definitely will be raising the bids on, is one signed by Hendo and Millie. Luis Diaz has completed a permanent transfer. Yeah, I did wake up to the notification of that going through. So, not surprisingly, the medical has gone just fine. He's going to be okay. One of those, like, I'm a little bummed, but it's almost like, it's like your, kid going to college. It sucks.
Yeah.
But it's a reality of life.
Yeah, I think we've probably emotionally prepared for his departure for at least a year now. But like I also, yeah, he's an interesting player, just in fact, because I think that like the opinion of him, like it's not very often you have somebody play that many first team minutes and have such a split opinion, or I don't even want to say split. It's just a wide array of opinion on him. Like in
Yeah.
terms of, like there's people that are out there that think that he wasn't good enough for the starting 11. And there's people out there who recognize the fact that he was probably one of the first names on the team sheet for like a good portion of last season.
I think so. Like I say, the crap he got for when he was playing in the middle is totally unfair. So there's that.
100%.
And then, like,
And
I
I
mean,
think the
like I
fact that
said,
he was selected to go into the middle should say something.
yes. Well, does that say more about Diaz or does that say more about Gakpo?
I think that's a great comment. I think it probably says more about just the team in general when you're having to put a traditional left winger central as your best option. But that is surprising because like when we got Gakpo, the immediate thought to me was like, oh, he can play that central role.
Yeah.
Like, but that has very clearly not been the case.
To be fair, it probably says the most about Nunez, but that's a different story. We're
Yes.
trying to figure out which left winger to put in the middle, kind of a deal. But see, Tony says, and I think I agree to this, but I think it's wrong. Like, the good signings have softened the blow of Diaz leaving, but none of them play for Diaz's position. So we've had this like illusion that, but we added so many good players, but the one we're losing, we have not really signed a replacement for. All the guys we've signed play other places.
Well, we needed to be able to argue about Rodrigo for a few months, so.
I was amazed with the amount of hates the Rodrigo thing got.
Yeah.
Is that just because he's a Real Madrid player?
So Real Madrid fans view him as expendable, right? So there's that. I think it's partially because he plays for. I think the majority of it is because he's from Madrid. That he plays for Madrid. I think the other fear is that because he's at Madrid, he's on massive wages.
Yeah.
And like the sort of optics of us taking a Madrid player on who's on inflated wages, I think a lot of people are not in love with that idea. I'm operating under the assumption that if he came, that would change. That like, it would be on an incentive package that is fair for us. So
you think that's a possibility? I just felt like they would not go for those wages. Now.
Yeah, I think if he comes, he's not going to be on those wages.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be like, I'm coming for the project and because I want to play starting 11 football and not be on the bench.
I think so too. I think so too. Like, I'll take a pay cut because I want to play,
right?
Kind of like a deal. So that does sound fair.
Yeah.
So what do we do? I mean, I was saying, I was joking in the beginning that by the 45th minutes, people will be like Googling Isak news, or they'll be like, we don't need Isak anymore after watching Ekitike at 45. Probably like a 6 or 6.5 out of 10. I mean, mind you, not fair to grade him or judge him by what he does on his first game, but
yeah, largely uninvolved, right? And I think part of that is just the style of the match. Like it felt like we were either the times when the game was most open was when we were getting countered, right?
Yeah.
So like I think like if you would flip that, like I think he is much more in play when the game is running in the opposite way, like when we have counters.
Yeah.
And I think like so much of our possession was recycling possession deep in their half, which I don't think is what he's going to be best at, especially if we're coming through the middle. Now, it's almost like if we're playing Jurgen ball and attacking wide, then he comes into more play, right? Because you're getting balls in from wide areas into the box and he can use that height. But I think really when you look at like what we do, we're building through the middle and recycling play deep in their half is not where you're going to see a lot of him getting opportunities. So very interesting though for a player who like from a metric standpoint was in the top in terms of attacking volume and opportunities in the box. Like we just didn't see a whole lot of it. I think a lot of it was just running through Beardson Gakpo's side.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, yeah, he had this, like they're showing the highlights of the game at halftime right now. He had that back heel thing. He was involved in quite a few setups, which is nice to see. Yeah, it's too early to like give him a gray or anything like that. But Jared says Rodrigo's on 200,000 at Madrid and has 2 super agents and normally Rodrigo will take a pay cut. I mean, he can dream
So
all he wants, but they are pushing him out, so it's almost like yeah,
right. I
thanks, but
also
no
don't even
thanks.
think I don't think that we probably are off put by the 200. I think the sticking point to what Gally said on Monday was it's gonna come down to what these agents are. Like cuz this club has pretty much shown you that if you have difficult agents that aren't operating on a business level and appear to be egocentric, Liverpool just doesn't do business with you.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that could be. See, Jared says Rodrigo not my cup of tea, a good player, but not elite. But who would be, I guess, at
I feel like that's so unfair to him. Like I see that a lot. A lot of people just don't like him as seem to like him. Like I feel like it's almost personal with Rodrigo. People don't appear to like him as a person, not a player, which is interesting. Like, um,
he's kind of low key on that team though, like for him to gain that reputation, isn't it?
yeah, and like to be honest with you, I mean, we watched some Real Madrid, right? But I'm not really intimate with like the ins and outs of that club, so there's got to be some sort of a reason. I don't know if it's because like if you're a Madrid fan, your expectations are like, you come in and you step in your prime Neymar, like on the wing. Like I don't know if like it's just because the expectation is so high.
Is
But
it
yeah,
that, or sometimes I get the feeling because we're not getting like part of the picture I think is being painted is we're getting their excess. Like we're getting a guy who's not good enough for them, and
yeah,
then therefore he's not good enough for us, kind of a thing. Which I don't think it's fair on him
no,
because I mean I don't know anymore, but in last year and stuff, we would have taken everybody wanted like kind of Inga and Chouameni and stuff like that, even though they were kind of like their excess. So doesn't necessarily mean he's a bad player if he can't break into the system over there.
yeah. I think in a way, like I think Madrid is more of what we accuse City of being, right? Where like they
Yeah,
just seem to stockpile talent. Where I think where I think City buys, like obviously they go out and they buy the finished product and they're willing to spend obscene amounts. They don't have the depth that Madrid does. They don't go 3 deep at a position, right?
yeah.
And I think Madrid, especially when you look at attacking players, has historically done that over the last 10 years. They just basically stockpile positions and like I think Bayern has a little bit of this problem at times in areas of their team too. Hence why Wirtz didn't go there is like he just wanted a clear path into the starting 11 and something that would be built around him. I think that Madrid does that, and I think it's easy for a player like Rodrigo, who I think also Rodrigo has a little bit of that Jordan Henderson thing where he does a lot of things on the pitch that don't sort of tally. Like they're
Yeah.
not like wow moments, but they're like incredibly important to what you do fundamentally as a system. But like, you know, your sort of average day supporter, they want that goal from 19 yards out or that like blazing run, right? They don't care about the fact that that was like an intelligent counter press or he won the ball in an
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
position and made a really good play or it was the pass before the pass that he was involved in that unlocked the entire thing, right? Like that stuff kind of goes under the rug.
Decider says due to not enough, left wingers in the market, Rodrigo's versatility is what we need on the pitch. Trevor says, I think that's the big thing, the perception of getting Madrid strength. I personally think so, but Jared says it's nothing personal level, just a good player not willing to pay that much. Yeah, I think that's a part of it too. Like, we're paying how much for this guy? He better be like, groundbreaking goods. And some people don't see him as that. Ryan is up and about. Good morning. We're awake and kicking it. I don't know when I will crash later on today, but that'll be remain to be seen. I might just pass out downtown Chicago somewhere. But here comes. Oh, there you go, Saidu. Curtis Jones is coming in, so you'll be
Oh
happy to.
boy. Darwin's coming in.
Darwin is coming in, high fiving everyone. Like I say, until this Isa conversation, and I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll ask Jared, for example. Like, in terms of like who's available in the market right now for left wing. I know who's there. Like Rodrigo seemed like a very. It almost looked like somebody looked at transfer markets or somebody Googled available good left wingers, and like he came up as a winger that can play on the left, middle, rights, whatever you want him to. I don't know who else is out there that you can go after, unless you're going to a team and saying, "Here's money, we're taking your best guy. See ya."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as much as I think we need, like, I think this is just because I'm not convinced with the Gakpo thing on the left. Like, as much as
Yeah,
I think we need a left winger, like, I still think like let me sweat that after we buy a couple center backs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give
yeah,
me,
that's
give
true.
me, give me 3 center backs, and then let me worry about left wing. Like,
Okay, so the back four looks like they're still there, or I didn't see the right side yet. But Kirkes is still out there. Jones and yes, the back four has not changed as of now. Soboslai is still out there, and I think that was Gakpo that just kicked it to a corner kick for the Japanese team, and yeah, he's still out there. Wirtz is still out there. So yeah, we're gonna
uh,
do like 2-3 at a time, is what it looks like. Yeah, Kenny says center back is priority. I think that's part of the thing. I mean, I agree with Jared though. I think, a lot of it is the price. If he was gaining for 30, 40 million, I think a lot of people would be like, that's a good signing. Man, these set pieces are scaring the crap out of me because
yeah.
every single time ends up being a shot on targets, off targets.
And I mean, from a morale standpoint, I would just feel even better if we weren't just being consistently beat by some people that were like 5'6" in the box.
Yeah.
Like,
Just losing our people left and right. It's not even like
yeah,
they're getting out muscled though. Like most of
no,
these headers are like open. They're being
uncontested.
shielded off. Yeah, like
Yeah, that's like an uncontested header inside of the box from that position is like sort of like, oh, that's a good
that's a
run over
great
the
ball
top
over
by
the
them.
top, by the way. Yep.
Yep.
Not for us, for them, but he couldn't
Yeah.
control it. Ozan Kabak is in the house. What is going on? Top of the morning is right. I don't know if John is making it today for the morning coffee show. I don't know if I'm making it today for the morning coffee show. That's not. Is the sun out yet in Chi-Town? No. It's supposed to be, like I say, like a cold front is coming in, baby. We're gonna go down to 80s. So it's supposed to be a gray and Liverpoolish day, if you will, rainy and stuff. Dude, the pitch is horrible. By
Yeah.
the way, did you see that? Samosa was trying to run with
Yeah.
the ball and just started
It's just
bouncing all over the
bobbling.
place.
Yeah.
I think Virtus was offside anyway. Um, Jared says we don't have Isak yet. You can take a rotate for striker. I don't know. Did you see like there's a lot of talk and smoke about Fofana going to Everton?
Yeah, I saw that.
And I don't know, like I haven't seen enough of him to be like, you gotta get Fofana either. He's like one of those names out there as a talent, but
It's a weird one because I don't know if it's because I just don't like, nobody makes a ton of noise about Everton transfer news or whether like, we're just so Liverpool centric, but like I feel like that Fofana thing was just like all of a sudden you see this like ticker and it's like Everton in advanced negotiations with Fofana and you're like, wait, what? Like,
imagine that Nunez was off.
no.
No way. Endo was like, I can't believe I'm still not playing. Endo was like, I'm going in with Costas. What are we doing here? Frimpong is not even getting ready yet, so he's not even in this next initial batch. He'll probably just come in for Mo. Bradley, just a poor tackle. Like I realize, and Van
Oh,
Dyke. Yeah, that's on Van Dyke. Was he off? Yeah, it looks like
yeah.
it's off, but yeah, the pitch is pretty darn brutal. I know, like Jared says, and I know this is a lot of talk, right? Like him to go left wing as well, but I don't know. Part of that is us trying to make sense of things as opposed to the
That
original plan.
that's very close to being onside. Konate almost played
Yeah, it
him off.
was.
Endo's got to get in here, man. These are his people.
There's Kirkes doing Kirkes things. Holy cow, he got clobbered.
Yeah, he's like a runaway train sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you watch him. Darwin's haircut, man, reminds me of like every street kid I like hung out with in LA. Like, I want to put a pair of Dickies on him.
I know. I prefer it to a man bun. Call me old fashioned.
Yeah. Like, he looks like he'd have a pair of black Dickies and a really sick BMX bike.
Jared says, just a note, if we get Rodrigo, we need to definitely get a robust defensive midfield, otherwise we'll get cut through. And that's what that's what worries me about Gakpo. Like, because there are some games where he's like, yeah, I ain't feeling it, and he's not gonna track back. I mean, the amount of times that he has tracked back and won the ball and stuff like that. I know that he got silly with it at times, but I think it's being like kind of like overlooked, it feels like. And that's, you don't always get that with Gakpo. Speaking of the devil, he just dribbled out of bounds. To be fair, the ball took a weird bounce again off his leg.
Yeah, I think the defender kicked it. Let's see here. I think the defender gets it and kicks it off his shin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find this odd that don't have as many rotation yet. Oh, that was actually a good ball. That is a great ball and a great miss by Nunez. And I think he was on.
He was on. That's brutal. Yeah.
Great setup, Mo.
He's on.
Gakpo is off. So if he scores, he's on.
Yeah, he's just gotta. Man, I just feel like that's a lack of concentration.
Just needs his confidence. Just kidding. No. I mean, here's the
dude.
I was
is Darwin
seeing
the
scenario where he stays, by the way, as Ikitika's backup if we don't get Isak.
There's still a player there. He's got to be one of the most likable disappointments in like Liverpool history.
There's still a player there, but I mean, here's the thing. It's easy to say that now. I feel the same way about Rio. Like, everybody is excited about Rio, and like, Kenny was talking about getting him minutes and stuff. It's all fine and dandy right now in July and August. But no, we're not going to be as patient as like, oh, he's so likable when we're chasing a game and he's offside or he's missing some sitters and stuff like that. And same thing with Rio. It's all fun in games now and we're like, oh, this kid is so exciting. But when we're trying to chase a goal against freaking like Brentford or something, and he's diving in between three guys trying to make something happen, I don't think we're going to be like, oh, what a cute kid. We're all going to be pissed. So I'm trying to see into the future over here more than anything else with these guys. I mean, anytime you think Nunez, there's a player in there, this is the year.
Well, the other thing
go back 6 months and think of how many times you cussed them out for doing something stupid, being offside and stuff.
I think the thing that subconsciously Rio reminds me a lot of, like, even the way he, like, if you took the T-Rex hands out of it, like, he reminds me a lot of Sterling, like, in terms of the way that he moves and in his, obviously him being super young. Like, there's a lot of parallels there, but like, I think people got to understand that the club is in a completely different position it was when Raheem broke through. Where like, as when Raheem came through and like showed that attacking talent and just being so good, so young, like, this is a side where like he could step in and easily beat one of those best players. And like, this is a team that's just loaded with like international superstars.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, timing is everything. That was like a weird sequence earlier over there, but I like how Wirtz winning the ball gives me a lot of like McAllister vibes, which I'm really big on. So that's great to have another McAllister on the pitch. 2 McAllisters on the pitch is all you need, I think, for a midfield. Like, he's not the biggest guy, but looks like when he goes in for a ball, like, he comes out with it usually. Things you are not able to say today about Bradley, by the way, but
Oh,
that is a nice goal. That's a
it was
goal.
a
I don't
nice
know
goal.
why Van
I don't
Dijk
know
is
why Van
raising his
Dijk is.
hands,
Yeah,
but that was not even close to being offsides. And
nope.
they score. It's 1-0. I don't know. This is gonna be like wake us up and be like, okay, let's get going over here or what. But I mean, preseason, no one cares, I guess. But I just don't like being shredded because it only scares me for the Premier League.
Man, nobody celebrates like the Japanese do. Look at them. They're just. It's so like.
Oh, I think Van Dijk is saying that dude touched it and he was off, but I don't think he gets a touch on that ball.
No, I don't think so either.
That's Jones letting that guy run through, by the way, but Saidu's happy.
So yeah, don't get him worked up, please.
Too early in the morning to get Saidu worked up.
Yeah. Next thing you know, he's in the comments, all caps. Like,
Okay, so what happens? 55th minutes. The cat is still not talking to me. What did you do to the cat, man? I don't even want to know, but I'm not a cat person personally, so I wouldn't talk to the cat myself if it was here.
no.
I know what it is.
About
That's I
cats?
just yeah.
I can tell you what.
What is it?
So, like, my issues, like, cats are like
Our issues with cats.
they're too. It's too much like a female relationship, regardless of the sex of the cat. They either want all of your attention or none of it, and like, it's always on their terms, like whether it's all of it or none of it. And like, at the end of the day, when you come home and like, with a dog, it's like they're like steadfastly loyal. Like you could be gone 5 minutes or 3 days, and they're gonna greet you the same way when you come in.
Yeah.
A cat is like it will come out when it wants something, and then when you want to pet it, it will turn its back on you. And like, I don't need that kind of emotional rejection from a household pet. Like at the end of my day, like I just like, you know what I mean? Like nobody needs that bullshit.
Yeah,
from an
like I
animal.
can see the cats being like, "You home?" Like,
Yeah.
dude, Mo has had some great, ridiculous balls, by the way.
Yes,
Today.
he
At
has.
least like
Yep.
5, 6 of them that probably should have been simple misunderstanding. But yeah, I feel the same way with cats. The loyalty thing, I think, is like the biggest thing to me. I know the cat is in it for his own
Yeah.
reasons and not that he
Yeah.
loves me.
The relationship is much more transactional with the cat.
Here's my thing, and this is my go-to anytime there is a dog-cat argument. Is that's way too good. That was really good by
That was
Nunez to put his
great by
body in there, by the way. But
yes.
you don't see a lot of homeless people, or you don't see any homeless people with cats. But
Yeah, that's fair.
the dog loves the person regardless. You see so many, homeless people living in the streets, and they have a dog, and dog is not bailing on them because the dog is there for them and
Mhm.
not just for the benefits. I think that's my case. If I did a debate club with cat versus dog, I'm gonna be like, I rest my case. But Tony's already pissed the cat over, so he'll come back when he's hungry. Dogs are high maintenance. I guess in that sense, yeah, I know you can leave the cat for days and just bail, but
Yeah, either that or you're a low maintenance owner.
just as Bickler's dog is like, I'm fucking low maintenance too. These guys are overall low maintenance. I mean, they can kind of stay like 12, 13 hours ish.
Yeah. That's about what my dog can do too. You can leave her for most of the day. She's fine.
Yeah, like we're gonna go today, and Stitch is not gonna be too happy. Like, don't leave me with this guy, kind of a thing. But
Yeah, we got lucky. I like our dog's awesome because she's like more than happy to just lay around all day. But if you're going to the park, she's the most excited one to go. She'll be like at the door waiting to go. But she's also cool to just chill all day.
oh, Endo making a big appearance, coming to a
Oh yeah,
standing
look at this.
ovation. By the way, that goal will sell more Liverpool shirts than ever. No emotional rejections from dogs in Japan or Korea, says Kevin. That's wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's probably like my Endo's coming in for Van Dyke. Really asking for it now.
Oh, cool. He got the captain's armband. That's a nice touch.
Yes, that's nice.
That's a good touch.
Tony says I love dogs, but cats for me. And it's so weird. Like people are like definitely
Yeah.
like
on
take
one
a
side of the
side
fence.
on that one.
Yeah.
I dislike cats. You look at, but there's something shady about cats. You look at a cat, I don't know what it is, any cats, and you're
Well,
like,
they are essentially just the most efficient predators ever. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I guess.
They're so prey driven. Like,
You know what they remind me of? The cats. Like sometimes you talk to certain people and you're like, you're talking to me right now, but you're thinking something else, and I can almost see it as I look at you. I
oh
get that
yeah, they
same
do that
feeling
thing
with
where they
cats.
look. Yeah, they're like looking at you, but they're not really. They're kind of looking through you. Yeah, that kind of creepy thing. Yeah.
This has been a great bashing of cats this morning. This is like going to be a topic that we probably cover at least 1 hour on the 24-hour podcast.
Yeah, preseason games with us, dogs and cats.
See, here's my thing. Why is Nunez there? And this is my thing with it. Like people say, "Oh, look at Nunez. He works so hard." But now we have no outlet. Like, why are you back there? He had no
Yeah.
reason to be back there by the right back making tackles and stuff. That's the part that he's that guy that almost like plays to the fan, right? Like to the uneducated fan, like where he's like, "Oh, look at Nunez. He's working hard on defense." Yeah, he should not be. He should be up. He should be the outlet. If we won the ball over there, there's nobody up top. I just don't understand some of the
Well,
things. It's
listen,
one thing to track back.
we always want these guys to track back and do work. I think it's just a little bit like it's like the opposite of the joke that we used to use with Matip where he was on an adventure going forward. I think Darwin just gets lost on an adventure coming back.
Yeah, you know what? That's perfect. I think that is here he goes again. Like, I'm gonna blame the pitch for everything today, but that was another weird bouncing ball that I
Yep.
think normally probably Veers normally gets.
Oh, that's a
Oh, beats me.
great anticipation there by Jonesy.
Mo Jones and
Gotta
score
be.
Beards.
Yeah. That was
Ooh, we're gonna see that over and over again. And I'm not talking about the
yeah.
freaking replays of this goal. I'm
Well,
thinking there's gonna be a lot of these.
Veerts gets I mean that's just the easiest goal ever to score, right? It's just sitting there
Yeah.
on a tee for you and the whole entire defense is shifted out. Like, yeah, you and the keeper in a spot on the that's a good
But look
one.
at him like making that run. Like he is going there literally for that. Like he
Yep.
like literally he's there in the middle of the freaking center of the box at the penalty spot.
So it's great anticipation by Jones. It's a great run by Jones. It's an even better sort of dummy back heel into Veerts here. So like
Is it a
Jones kind of
dummy or is that he couldn't control it?
no, that's purposely like
You think so?
yeah, he's purposely back healing that.
Okay, I didn't know if he was like almost like couldn't get it, was
Oh no,
turn with it or
he's
something.
100% like running past that and back healing that. Like I
I
think he
would love
just
to have a
knows that there's
survey and and he came out. He's like, my job here is done.
yeah.
I would love to see a survey of like what's the Japanese fans are wearing. Having seen Elliot, I just saw Van Dyke, which makes a lot
Oh,
more
of the
sense.
kits? Yeah.
Yeah, the kids. Like, what is the most common? There is Rio.
Rio said.
His name is Rio. That has to be the song, right? He has a
Oh
song.
yeah. I don't know.
Who's that? Duran Duran?
I don't know. I just figured we could use something off the Rio soundtrack too. Great movie.
Wait, what movie is that? Isn't it? Hold on. Duran Duran.
It's an animated. I think it's Disney. I don't know.
Oh, I don't. Yes, Rio is Duran Duran. Wait. Oh, it's an animated movie?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Hold
It's
on, let's
about
look at this.
yeah, it's essentially about a parrot or a macaw. I think I probably got the bird wrong, but it's essentially about a bird that's going back to he's in captivity, but he finds his way
Oh,
back to
yeah,
Brazil.
yeah.
Yeah. And you get a lot of the favelas, but from an animated standpoint.
So 2011, trying to think like how that got lost in the mix because I mean over the last decade probably I don't know like when you have little
Oh
ones you
yeah, I
know
don't
that Endo was a
Right.
little
I don't know how
older.
old the girls were then. They might have been too
No,
old.
they weren't the age. I don't know why it
Okay.
got skipped. I'm sure they've seen it, but it was maybe not a popular one. But I know, like over the last decade, there have been like probably like a freaking hundreds of those movies come out, and now that's we don't have little ones. I've not seen one of them. Like there's sequels, like the third one is out, and I'm like,
Right.
I haven't even seen the first one.
So it looks like we got 3 subs here, right? So we got Rio, Harvey, and your boy Simicas.
Where is Robo?
I don't know.
Or did he? I was thinking he would come. No. So our center back pairing is no Robo's
Endo?
on the left. Robo's playing left back. That's Robo right there.
Is it
So our center
Simicas
back
and
pairing is Costas and Endo.
it sounds legit. Nothing bad will
Yeah.
happen there.
Aerial power right there. They're like, we're having trouble with set pieces and getting headers. Insert Costas.
Let's plug in these 2 short out of position players.
Yeah, we definitely need a center back. Not for this game. I don't care about that. But so Rio is on the left again.
Who needs
Is that Doak on the right hand side?
No, I don't think so. I think it's Harvey. Yeah, Harvey. But who needs center backs when you got 9 left backs?
Yeah, exactly. Insert Costas. He's gonna play the same way he plays left back. That's all that you need to say. See, Jones tried to do the same thing there, and it didn't work this time. Did you see that? He tried to do the anticipate the pass and cut it off, but he missed it. So
yeah, it looks profoundly different when you miss it.
Kevin doesn't like the font. You don't like the font on the back, man? I think
I think those are kind of sweet. Yeah.
But that's brings up some Ghost of Tsushima vibes.
Hey, at least you can read them. The last ones were just blended right in with the kit. You had no idea what the number was. Like
that was a horrible ball, by the way, by Elliot. And there's Rio.
Bravo.
Oh, that is a
yeah. That's a good recovery.
Yeah, it is. I mean, advantage, man. We had the ball. There you go. Curtis Jones trying to get Japanese in trouble by kicking the ball to him and asking for a card. Save that for the Premier League.
All right. So we've got McAllister in here as well. Frimpong is in.
Oh, there he is. That's
He's
great.
the one that
That's
just
very good to see, man. I was kind of worried about that for the Bournemouth game.
Well, that's why we said nice recovery. It was McAllister, of course. So Frimpong. Shadow. Oh, that was a tasty cross by Frimpong.
And Neoni is in, apparently, because
yeah,
since he scored.
Well, they did a hockey line shift here, and we didn't even realize it.
Wow. Great ball, though, man.
I'll tell you what. I thought it was weird when we started the preseason playing Neoni through the middle, but he has quietly been very solid.
Yes. I think he makes, and he's on. That's a great time run. That is a great finish, too. Nunez misses that. No shit. But I think it makes Elliott's more expandable because of how he's played, too.
He reminds me, and I don't mean this to be a hot take or controversial, but he reminds me.
Here we go.
He reminds me of Nketiah of Arsenal, like his makeup and frame and kind of the way he plays, which I don't think is a bad thing. I actually rate him. Yeah, I rate him, even though a lot of people don't.
What I like about this kid is he's not the strongest yet, but he has the size.
Yeah,
and I think he realizes his size limitations. Like he knows what's going on around him at all times. So when the ball comes to him, he already knows like an outlet if he needs to. So he rarely gets caught on the ball, which is a great quality, especially for like a young player. So, but that was an assist by Frimpong. We got a goal by Wirtz. And we got Costas as a center back. What else can you ask for in a preseason?
Yep. As McAllister with another win.
He's easily my favorite, man.
Well, I was just gonna say, like in 4 minutes and all this, Florian Wirtz we've talked about, like in 4 minutes on the pitch, he's been the best midfielder.
That's why the thought of having both of them at the same time is mouth-watering.
Yep.
But you still need Doms running.
You do, and you can't see a world in which you sit Gravenberch, which means like, do you see a 4-man midfield from Liverpool this year? Like, it has a lot of questions, or is it just an opportunity to rotate based on opponent? Because Arne Slot is so much for tactically changing this thing based on setup and opponent, which was very un-Jurgen like. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tony says, loving the commentary. It's like listening to this is more like a baseball game commentary where like we go on like some
Yep.
ridiculous tangents in a rain delay or something.
It's because we got to fill in, like baseball, you got to fill in all the dead space. We got to fill in all the dead space because it's really not great football. Like,
No, it is not. Okay, let me blow your mind with this theory over here. Do you think he's mentioned this and he's played there before? He's almost saying at certain games, he can play Gravenberg as the center back and getting all four on the pitch that way while still keeping 3 up top.
who was saying this?
Ooh, I just threw that out there for you.
Oh, okay. I thought you said somebody is saying this.
No, he's mentioned in terms of when they were asking him about center backs, he counted Endo and Gravenberg as players who can play there. He didn't say he would play him there. He said actually we would rather obviously have him at the 6. But
I think if you're playing and this is not like, I think Bradley is going to start as our fullback, right? But if you get into a world where you are starting Kirkhez and Frimpong, you are getting into a world where you're essentially going to have to play with a back 3. And I think then by default, Gravenberch is starting in midfield, but you almost have to start him in midfield because you need him to drop back into that back 3.
So you're almost making it like a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 kind of a deal. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But like, I think the point is like, I can't see him traditionally starting as a center back. Like I see him starting in the midfield and then operating as a center back throughout the match. That makes sense.
This is a good point too, by the way, by Kevin. I know you don't need comments, so let me put it on the screen. Mecca forces a change of effort. Everyone looks like they're trying now. Is that part of that, or is it more we have people trying to kind of earn their stripes playing with him?
I don't know, dude, because this
like
does
trying
look
to break it into the team as opposed to guys who are probably penciled in.
I mean, this is just much better football than the starting 11, which we talked about might be the starting 11 for the year. So I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I think it just looks sharper.
Maybe the pitch got better. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Yeah.
They fixed it at halftime. They put the real grass in.
I mean, maybe they're just jump started by the sheer terror of having your center backs be Endo and Costas. They're like, guys, we gotta fucking get
maybe we should just bench Van Dijk and put Costas over there for
guys. Do not lose the ball. Like,
just, you know who's back there.
Yeah.
Don't let them lift their head up and see Costas back there.
There's got to be a degree of fear when you don't have like Van Dijk back there to just kind of casually save the day, right? Like, I mean, certainly makes you prioritize hustling back.
Yeah, he's got this, as opposed to, oh my God, it's Costas back there.
Oh my God, neither one of them have it.
There you go. Rio
just casually shredding.
Rodrigo can go to hell.
Oh, that's a great ball.
That's straight from the practice.
That's a great ball.
Oh my God, are you serious? Don't give up on it, kid. Follow your shots.
He really is. I don't want to
Here we go. Do it. Do it.
No, I don't want to continue just sort of inflating the situation, but he really is a talented kid.
So you think he's like, okay, kids, you're Gakpo's backup? Man, I'm scared to say it. But you know what? This is literally,
I mean, he is
any of the footage. This is from the training pitch right there, because I've seen a drill where they do this over and over again.
Yeah. Is that Inyoni putting the ball through?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a great turn.
I mean, I think I'm super high on both of those kids, and I think that Rio is a really good sort of. I mean, it's the reason that you sell players like Doak, right? Like Doak, as good as he is, his pace is like Doak is. I think the things that wow you about Doak are like purely physical, whereas like Rio's stuff is like there's a difference in technicality. Like he's technically very, very good at his age.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, like with Rio, I almost feel like the more we see of him, the more I say, I don't think this is gonna work. And I don't
Really?
know if it's size. I don't know if it's. I mean, how many more times we've seen Dog, for example, compared to Rio, and Rio has definitely made a bigger impact with his
Right.
limited showings.
Right.
What the?
I think the thing about Rio is like playing him playing him with the senior team like throughout the year, I think is the way that you get him better. Because like I said, I think he's
Yeah,
so good that like at the academy level, he can develop bad habits and get away with it because he's just simply toying with people. Because he's so much better. And I think like at this level, he's got to learn to like read plays, read space, get rid of the ball, make a smart pass, make the safe play sometimes. Whereas, like, you know, at the academy level, he can get away with being risky, holding on to the ball too long.
yes.
All of those things you don't want a young player to get comfortable doing because it's harder to iron that out at the senior level if they've developed it over time.
Yeah, because Tony says we're Rio going loan. I think we just gave him basically a roster spot over here because I think
Yeah.
he's earning that roster spots with what he's doing. And
Yeah.
maybe what he's doing, I mean, not only what we see doesn't matter as much, but what he's doing on the training pitch might be like, yeah, we can. I mean, the price was a big thing when Diaz, I think, when they came with the price, doesn't matter if you have Rio or not. I think you're doing that move, but it probably makes it easier knowing you have a guy like this to fall back on.
I think a lot of times you're loaning people that you're going to sell because you want people, you want to, you know, want them to establish relationships with other clubs or get familiar with the other league champion or with championship, you know, etc. I think for Rio, like his development, you want him playing and learning from Mo. You want him playing
Yeah.
and learning from, you know what I mean? Like that's what you want from that kid.
Oh, that is a
Oh,
good cross. Was that Endo? Oh man, an
that was
Endo
Endo.
goal would be freaking brilliant.
He looked like he took a big shot on that too.
I think he just fell weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah,
he didn't.
'cause
I thought he hit, like, it was, he looked like he went head first in that guy's shoulder, but I think it was behind him.
what I like is, by the way, a lot of people are like worried about midfield. I was reading the other day, like a lot of the comments were like about midfield. I feel like this looks like good depth over here. Like the way Jones is playing, you have Endo, Neoni. I think Neoni is part of that. This is not just like preseason kids playing kind of an ordeal going over here. We only two kids out there that have a good shot of like playing. Endo's pulling a Matip. Yeah, he got tired. I love how simple Neoni plays too.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, he does not. He doesn't complicate the matter.
But that's what I mean, because usually as the ball is coming to him, he knows which option he has. So
Mhm.
like, he can go to it. That's what I really like about him. Because that's like shit that's like harder to teach. Like he is running the show right now, which is
He
nice.
is. He man, dude.
Should be our starting midfield.
That's
Neoni,
like
Jones.
shades of
Like,
Gravenberg.
yeah, nice switch to the right to Frimpong.
Harvey cutting inside.
It's Harvey like, I'm definitely not staying when I'm going in as a right wing.
McAllister just toying with people.
Yeah, McAllister just doing the Globetrotters over there.
Yeah.
I think he got poked in the eye, but God, he's so freaking fast, dude.
Rapid.
Great
He's so
ball,
quick.
Neoni. Oh,
Said took one look at Darwin and said, "Nah, bro." Like
yeah. I mean, Frimpong actually makes me pretty happy about The only thing is, like when we talk about AFCON and stuff like that, right now it feels a bit better because we never had a right winger to
Right.
play over there. We were playing the left wing over there and stuff like that because
Yeah.
we never really had. We were playing Ox and stuff like that. So now you have a right winger, but the only thing is, you go back to the first half and you see the 5-6 balls that like most
Mhm.
sense to create. You're definitely gonna play difference with Frimpong on the right hand side as opposed to Mo on the right hand side, where he's more
Yeah.
taking people on with speed.
I still think, like when you look at this lineup, if you were to you're running things through Virts anyway, right? So like I
Yeah.
think like it just kind of isolates that issue a little bit more just because you've got more options now that it should be running through.
My back is not doing so well sitting here, and it only scares me about the 24-hour pause.
Yeah, no worries, dude. You've only got 22 more hours to go. You're fine.
And probably not as a comfortable chair either.
No. Yeah. No, we're gonna have to have like some sort of like a nurse hotline.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, bring a pillow, bring your own pillow program.
Just Gally in the background on the phone.
Dude, Endo is like putting all the Endos are just playing for the crowd here.
Well, like we haven't won a header all day, and Endo comes in and wins like 4 in a
Yeah,
row.
no
Like,
shit, by the way.
like,
Good point. Yeah. That's how you do it. I just don't see him. But I think for all those people saying 2 center backs, I think Endo makes it 1 center back to be signed in addition. And you can live with the risk of Gomez.
yeah, I think
I
I think the only way you get 2 is if one's a project, right? Like, kind of a buy for the future.
Endo has played great, and we have not seen the backup goalie, which is also weird.
That's a fair point.
Because I think everybody changed except him. Good old Costas throwing people under the bus.
It's got to be a foul.
Yeah, Frimpong can only be stopped by yanking down. Kevin says entertaining training ground stuff actually working. Yeah, honestly, like the second half has been a bit more. It's odd. It looks less disconnected. Why is that?
I don't
Is
know,
it
but we've
Mecca
seen.
holding things together?
I feel like we saw this with the first and second preseason. Well, first preseason game where it was just like, was the first half was so good and the second half was kind of very disconnected. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Is the opponent getting weaker too? Because they're making subs too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Playing against the backup tires.
Typically,
Back tires.
I don't know that we've seen it look this good with the sort of second, third wave of players coming in, and you're,
That was nice.
that was great interchange between Harvey and Frimpong.
Now put a good ball in. Oh, actually, that's a decent ball in terms of location.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a yellow. Actually, he's getting a yellow, I think. I didn't think he was going to show it. Yeah, he got it. I think getting a yellow on a friendly should be a separate award within itself.
Takes some work. Takes some work, I'll tell you.
You earned that, kids.
It's hard enough to get him to blow the whistle for like a normal foul.
Okay, they're really working on Endo over here. He's slow. Omar Dashvili didn't come out, and I think Endo was waiting for it. But maybe Costas is the center back depth we all need. Great turn. See, then that should be a yellow too, right? Refs are seasoning. Tony says, really haven't looking forward to the season starting. Haven't been this excited since my nan showed me her video collection. Man, would love to meet Nan. That Nan has a lot of great references I've seen on Discord, but yeah, I think there's excitement, anticipation, and since it's me, there's a lot of worry. Where are you at?
Yeah, dude. I worry just because the expectations are so high.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Um, I worry because the expectations are so high, and there's been so much change to the starting 11. Uh, Anytime there's that amount of change, there's like natural sort of like transition pains, and I don't worry because I know that this support base doesn't have the tolerance that it should for things like that. We've been so spoiled over the last 10 years that like, yeah, I just worry that like if this team doesn't hit the ground running, then I think though it's selfishly too. Not only do I worry because like, obviously I want them to do well, but I worry because we have to talk about it. Like,
Yeah, no
you
shit.
know what I mean?
And probably have to deal with overreactions. Really, like
Oh yeah.
it's a kind of a brutal start. That's why it makes the Bournemouth game pretty darn important because away at Newcastle is a game where you're like normally you would be like a draw is not the worst case scenario kind of a thing, but then you play Arsenal home and stuff. So you got like tricky. So you might start the season with not like 9 points out of 3 games and stuff like that. And then I can kind of see the overreaction because of all the signings and stuff like that. But I mean, you look at the first half, who do we have who was new in the starting lineup? We had Kirkes, we had Wirtz, and Nikitike. Oh, Nunez. What is that? Really? Like, this is what I mean. I just don't have the patience anymore. I'm just done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just done.
As he turns it over again.
Watch,
We
this
got
is gonna
it.
end up being a
1, 2, 3,
Nunez
4, 5.
goal.
It's a
Holy
6
shit,
v
that's a
6 v 3.
6-on-3. And man, this kid signed
There
this
it
kid up.
is.
Yeah,
He's okay.
Yeah, he's not too shabby. Bring on Duran. Mo approves.
Wish I was that good at anything at 16 outside of smoking weed.
Is he 16? Dude, it's mind-boggling, by the way. How old is your oldest?
He's turning 16 this year. He's 15.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the same boat, like when the girls were like around age, like this is the age. Like you look at some of the things you're dealing with, you're like, this is the age the kid is playing at Liverpool, like within all the other regular teenage stuff that might be happening. I know they live in a different world, but it's
Yeah,
mind-boggling.
looks like he'll turn 17th on August 29th. So he's about a month out from being 17. But yeah, like when I think about my kid right now doing anything like this at that level in front of this many people, like in all the things that come from being at the academy kind of on your own. And like, yeah, it's crazy to think about. And he's already had coming from Chelsea, he's had a number of
Yes.
experiences. So it's not like, he's just coming, it's not like he's packing his backpack from home and his mom's dropping him off. Like, he's been away from home and he's been doing this thing for a while now.
I'll pick you up after the second goal. Tell Slot you have to leave immediately after the game.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to be up in the morning and you have homework after the game.
We still have to go pick up your brother, so you have to leave right away. Don't stick around in the locker room.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, going back to the beginning of the season, so I can even see the season beginning where it's kind of rocky in the beginning, but then it just team goes into this being this machine that wins like 9 straight and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you got to think that like, last year remember just the string of 2-0s, like 2-0 victory, 2-0, 2-0. Like we just kind of solidly built out from like, we're like, oh, this is nice, clean sheets. Like, and just built off that. I kind of see it differently this year where it feels like, it's a pretty rough, like it's a pretty tough run in at the beginning of the season with a new squad. And you think we're probably going to concede goals and stuff. But I think this squad is almost built to just score a lot of goals too, which makes you think that like, hey, if we're half as good defensively, you're probably going to be okay. Like,
that's a good point too. I think that was the knock last year, right? It was the complete opposite where I mean, that first game where we did the American Scouts for Petting Zoo against United at the time was like, oh, they're finally playing somebody good. I mean, that was almost like the coming out party where they're like, oh, maybe they are good. Because until then, it was like, yeah, who have they played though, and stuff like that constantly. We were happy with the scores, and like we were seeing how those scores were achieved, but because you look back, like if you look, like after we won the title, there were all these like, like videos about like all goals or like game by game and stuff like that. But there weren't a lot of games where you're like, oh, won so comfortably, like blew them out of the
Right.
water, but it was just solid. And it's hard to get excited about solid. That's the thing. I think this year is totally different. It might not be as solid. There's a lot more to get excited about, though.
Got Frimpong pressing his socks off. Give me more of that. Nioni into the box.
Corner. Nioni wants a penalty. Gonna make a legacy franchise, evolve or die, new and young players nonstop with occasional legend to keep everyone wise. And I think that's a good point. I think like the balance is so freaking good with Van Dijk and Mo being there. I mean, I know for all the whining and talking last year, that thing was resolved at least for me, in the ideal way possible by keeping those two guys and then bringing all these young. I mean, these are all young kids.
It's interesting how much like sentiment in like these things change too, because I think when we were talking about we knew the 3 contracts were going to be up, and when we were talking about it, we're like, we think 2 of the 3 get done, and we think the one that's a lock is Trent, right? Because he's local. He's been there his whole career. He wanted to be like everything that he said was he wanted to be a career Red and captain the team. We thought he was the lock. Will probably lose Mo, right?
Yes.
And then midway through, and like as this thing evolved, it was coming clear and clear that like Trent was like sort of not only like a physical liability on that team, but emotionally as well, right? Like he just seemed checked out.
Yeah.
And so like then that changes the picture. And then you're like, well, the priority has got to be Van Dijk. And then you're like, oh, Mo is interested. We got to work that money out. And like, so I think it just sort of played out the way that it was meant to be and the way that was best for this side. I mean, because I think you do need that leadership through the heart of the team on both those areas of the pitch.
What I would really love to know is, and we'll probably read it in a book sometime, but like, what were those guys? Both of them were very confident after they signed their contract, saying like, "Oh, there's a lot of reinforcements coming." Like, I don't know how many of this they were told or they were given a number, like we have 300 budgeted for this or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because it's almost like they're like, just wait. It's gonna be a crazy summer. Like.
It's almost like they walked into a room and it was like that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme where Charlie Day looks crazy and it's the Pepe Sancho wall or the wall with all the stuff. And he's like, it's Richard Hughes in there with like this like board of just craziness and all their transfer targets looking a little bit unhinged.
Yeah, like you look at it like, yeah, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but sure, like, yeah, do what you're gonna do. Like, he's got like a Frimpong photo Carcass.
With the was it the yarn and the pins in it? Like it's like some sort of like homicide board.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, I know Veers is gonna be here, but sure. Well, I mean, meanwhile, as we yak away, the game is over, 3-1. Final thoughts. I think it's this game compared to last game gave a lot more a positive outlook on certain players than the last one did.
Yeah, thankfully the pitch looked a lot better the second half. But yeah, I feel better that we saw some football second half, right?
Yeah.
Unexpected or not. I thought Nioni and Rio were sort of the standouts. Like for me, second half, I thought Mac was easily the best midfielder on the pitch within 4 minutes, including Florian Wirtz, which is kind of wild to say out loud. So good to see him back. Yeah, I mean, these preseason things are fun to do, but I think we all can agree that like when we watch these, we're just really sort of internally yearning for the season to start.
Pretty much. And honestly, probably the biggest plus that we forget is no injuries, especially with pitches and stuff like that. That's kind of like huge. But yeah, Rio getting a lot of pats on the back as he leaves the pitch over there. Well, we'll wrap it up with that. Thanks for waking up with me, Bickler, and thanks to those waking up. Or well, I guess you guys don't get credit for waking up. It's like 11 o'clock, and the other guys at night over there just doing this like supper. But yeah, thanks a lot for those joining. Give the like, the subscribe. If you're not following our socials, please do Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that, because there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out. And yeah, I really, really, really need your guys' support on this podathon and stuff like that. Still have a ton of hours available. Still have 12 hours up for grabs out of the 24, which is kind of a bummer in some ways, but we do have 10 days, but really need some help getting some additional supporter clubs, or even if it's personal sponsors for the hours. And come on air if you're around, if you want to, in the hour you're sponsoring, yak some, wake us up, yak some Liverpool with us and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be back in like an hour and a half or so with John if he's up and about. We'll do the morning coffee and tea. So I'll see you guys then. Bickler headed to work, I assume, or working from home today?
I am working from home today, so I am headed to work, which just involves me just flipping
Turning
off
around.
this screen and opening the email outbox.
Yeah, I gotta do some work too, because like I said, we're going to the birthday festivities, so I gotta squeeze in whatever I gotta do in the next couple of hours over here. But hey, thanks a lot as always, everybody, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take care.